All right, it is 8 o'clock, and this is the City of Merrill Redevelopment Authority meeting. It is, we are in City Hall Council Chambers, and second item on the agenda is to consider approving the minutes of the previous meeting from December 6, 2023.
Motion to approve.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the December 6, 2023 meeting. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have public comment. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Final call for public comment. Hearing none, we'll move on to general agenda items for consideration. First one is consider a resolution authorizing a development agreement by and between the City of Merrill, Wisconsin and Wendorf Construction LLC for residential development in TID number 7. They are awaiting some phase 1 and phase 2 before this happens, so it has not, we're not ready to move forward yet. Is that correct, Rod?
Yeah, if we can lay this over till next meeting, we'll keep it on the agenda. Like the mayor said, they're still waiting on the phase 2 results, and then they plan on closing after that. So.
Okay, so we'll move on to review of 2023 building permit and development summary. Kathy?
Yeah, as has been typical of the last number of years, you have a page that highlights the building permits for 2022. We had, well, I guess I probably need to change the heading. That should be for 23. We had 306 permits, $14 million. Obviously, under the multiple family buildings, the SC Swiderski development just under $7.5 million in building permits. Highlighting on the bottom half of the page, the commercial developments in 2023. Plant Garden Center opened in TID 9. Brooks School of Dance had remodeling a major vacant building, and that's TID 8. Lincoln Nicolay Lumber Premier Real Estate finished their 3 apartment buildings and occupied those on Webster Street. We had the start of the Swiderski development on Webster Street, and for the former Armory building, which is vacant, 419 West Main, we're working on the financing part of that. As far as manufacturing, to support Lincoln Woods, Chippewa plant, new water main, and street reconstruction on West 3rd Street.
Okay.
Any questions on that?
Is Brooks School of Dance, are they done remodeling now, or are they still working on that? Do you know?
They're in the building. I mean, they're using the
That I
building.
see.
So my guess is they have to be at least 3/4 to
Okay.
90%. I'm not 100% sure. So.
Okay.
Everything took longer, I believe, than what they planned.
I have a question. So on the chart, not the graph, but it says in 2021, new single-family homes, there were 14 permits. But on the graph, it shows it's more like, I don't know, 17?
18? I guess I'm going to have to double check the number.
And 2020 and 21, it says 14 for both, but on the graph, they don't have the same on the bar graph.
Well, the
Oh, it's
graph should be
18.
19, 20, 21, 22, and 23 of the building permits.
Shouldn't those two things line up? Isn't the bar graph a representation of the data in that spreadsheet?
I'm going to have to double check those, I'm sorry.
Anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. Question for Kathy. How's our payback to the general fund going from the monies that were borrowed to the TIFs and TID?
2023 fiscal is not still in process. 2024 will be the major payback.
Okay, we had that in the budget. That's $500,000, I believe, is going to be paid back this
That's
year. Is that correct?
2024.
This is 2024.
Yeah, but that'll be probably this time next year for 2024. We just started 2024.
We did our 2024 budget, 2023. You said that this year, we're going to be paying back $500,000 to the general fund
That will occur
in our
probably.
budget.
That will occur probably next March of 2025. You got to get the
So-
fiscal year done first.
Our 2024 budget gets done in 2025.
The payback,
The
The
payback.
the payback would be
So it's, so
done in 20, it'd be through the year of 2024.
we're not going to start paying back the general fund for another year.
Correct. Got to wait till the year happens.
Okay, so I want to make sure everybody's clear on that. Do we have any balloon payments coming up this year?
The city has many loan payments throughout the year.
Many balloon payments?
There's one balloon
One
payment,
balloon
and that'll be
payment.
refinanced later this year.
That's at 500 and some $1,000.
No, it's 3.2 million.
3.2 million balloon payment.
Yeah, most of it's TID. Permanent financing will be probably mid-year.
Okay. What are the interest rates like now? A little bit higher than last year?
I can't tell you until we negotiate
Okay.
borrowing.
What's our credit rating at right now? We were at unrated last I saw. We used to be at AA.
The city will be doing unrated borrowing for
Unrated.
2020.
Thank you.
We will continue that.
No more questions.
All right. We'll move on to residential incentive program application for 205 North Cleveland Street, TID number 6.
Well, we kind of skipped ahead on the developments. You have the chart and then highlighting all the residential developments. We just have really just a handful of single-family homes under development, and the Merrill Area Housing Authority hasn't finished pretty much none of their projects. They're still pending.
Anything else on that?
Nope.
Okay, then we'll move on to the residential incentive program application for 205 North Cleveland Street, TID number 6. This is the former VFW building. What did they request, Kathy?
Well, they don't have anything specific here, but given that they're only going to spend probably $50,000 on the rehab, I don't think we want to do it $10,000. Looking for guidance on what you want to do here. The property formerly was tax exempt. They've obviously purchased the property. But I'm kind of thinking that probably $5,000 should be kind of our target.
Shouldn't,
This committee had established a percentage for the value of the improvements. Anybody remember what that is?
5% up to
5%.
200,000.
So 5 times 5 is 25, 2,500.
I guess, shouldn't this be more of a loan, 0% loan through?
That's your policy decision you want to do. Basically, the building permit is for $50,000 to rehab the building into two rental apartments.
Is this underway?
Yes.
So isn't the point of this an incentive program? And if it's underway, it's not really an incentive.
They submitted it on December 7th. We haven't had a meeting since then.
Perhaps we should have had a, well, okay, they've moved forward with it without the
Without
money.
Yeah.
I don't understand the giving money retrospectively. Perhaps somebody can explain that to me.
I guess in the spirit of the TIF and TID, that's, we grant them money if that's what it takes to start the project. It's, what is it, what if? What if we don't give them the money, it doesn't happen? But Mark, you're right, it is happening, so I guess we're under no obligation to give money. We do have a policy to promote construction with the 5% or the $10,000, so does it rest in this committee completely to bring out a figure, or what, any thoughts from anyone else?
The Community Development Department handled the application, accepted it on December 7th. I don't know what was conveyed. They provided them the paperwork to submit the application.
There were no promises made to them at that time from Sherry or Darren when they did submit this. And like you guys are saying, it is after the fact.
The RDA meeting was December 6th, so this came in the day after the meeting.
Did they, by chance, and I'm guessing the answer is no, but did they submit any type of plan of what they're going to do, or? You know?
Rod, you?
They did submit it with Darren as
Okay,
far as the building.
thank you.
And they did, or they are gutting it and siding it. They're doing
Okay.
quite a bit of work in there.
Is there a representative here for this project?
No.
No. So there really is no formal request for monies?
Yes, they filled out the application form.
They didn't put a dollar amount, right?
They didn't put a dollar
Yeah.
amount. No.
It's just,
Just,
right, trying to help pay for the renovations, I guess.
well, if there's nothing promised, no discussions, I don't know what to do, Mr. Mayor.
I think at this time, in my mind, we don't give anything towards it myself.
I don't think so either, because it's already moving, but that's my opinion.
Right.
I'm more pragmatic. But, so there's comments on nothing asked for, a dollar amount, but nothing promised. Does that statement sort of leaves me a little uneasy. I mean, how can something be promised when it hasn't gone through this committee? Does
The
that happen?
the building inspector gave them the paperwork.
No, I'm not talking about
Which
this.
includes the information on $10,000.
Right. I'm not talking about this. I'm saying, is there ever a situation where money is promised and then we just have to, it's rubber
No.
stamped through this
No,
committee?
no.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear on that.
We've had houses that have been under construction, and they've come in and asked, do I qualify for the 10,000? And if it's over 200,000,
Well, that's a little different because
Yeah.
that's like a policy that we have.
right. And
So-
is this a policy where it's 5%? Yeah.
Are we able to reveal the purchase price on this property? I happen to know what it is, but are we able to review it?
It's public record.
Okay. They got a good price for it. So their investment for, this is a triplex?
No, it's going to be a duplex.
Duplex, okay. For the purchase price, and if they're putting 50,000 into it, present rent status, I mean, it should be economical for them.
Well,
Yeah.
I believe the building permit was for 50,000, is that correct?
That's correct.
So we're not certain of the total amount. We're only assuming based on the building permit.
Okay. My point being, I think, that they, economically, I think they don't need the help. I think it's going to pay for itself. And without a request, I don't know how we can.
Well,
offer
I guess I
certain-
agree with the mayor that if they're interested in pursuing this Kyle Stern, then it would be nice to have a presentation or proposal of building plans, or et cetera, and an amount requested when he's asking
Right,
to be more formal.
And prior to construction starting.
right. And, I mean, this is what in the article in the Photo News last week about the economic development loans through the city. This is a prime example of what that could be used for.
But I would also allow him some forgiveness because he did file this in December
Right.
of last year. So I would be open for consideration of some type of amount.
As of this time, I think we should table this, and then they can bring it, if they want to resubmit something in a presentation at the next meeting.
Is that a motion to
Yep,
table?
yes.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion and a second to table. Any discussion?
It is nice to see that something is being developed in here.
I agree.
Exactly.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have an update from the Lincoln County Economic Development Activities. There was a report filed Lynn County Economic Development Director is not here at this time to answer any questions, but if anybody on the committee has any questions, if they want to forward them to me, and I can forward them to her at this time.
Will the Economic Development Director be giving reports in the future to this committee?
That's what the understanding is in the agreement that we signed.
It's a signed agreement, and
Yes,
Did
that
the-
she submit a report to the Redevelopment Authority.
just submit a report, not show up in person for.
Well, I'm sure she'll be here if there's projects and things like that.
She has that option to do that, okay?
Okay.
So she is in another meeting at this point.
Okay, it's an
alrighty?
excused absence kind of thing.
That's right. So in other words, she submitted a report versus the verbal, but we'll attempt to get her here
Thank
at
you.
the meetings in the future.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Did the thing that we voted on last time, I'm assuming that fell through, they didn't get those grants, or
I think she's still in the process of working on
that?
Yeah.
I don't think that's on here.
No. All right, we have date and time of next meeting is Wednesday, March 6th at 8 a.m. Does that work for everybody? If there's no conflict, we'll move on. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.